Oh, whatever you have in your household, I probably raised it, taught it, loved it, spanked it, punished it, and definitely prayed. You need to talk louder.
The West Coast
We're not live,
Podcast Network.
Okay.
World Tune Radio, where the world tunes in.
Hi.
Hi, how are you?
What is COVID?
COVID is a virus, one of the many germs that your body is constantly on the defense against.
Can I catch COVID?
It is very aggressive.
Really?
You can develop a temperature, you can lose sense of taste, lose your sense of smell.
Taste?
The virus is lethal enough to cause severe enough illness to cause your body to shut down.
What?
How do I stay safe?
We can stay safe by 3 simple methods. Number 1, wear a mask. Number 2, wash your hands very frequently. And the other one is keep your distance.
That's good.
We're all in this together, and we all have to do our part.
What's wrong with being compassionate?
Hi, I'm Ryan. Welcome to Missions Accomplished, where we connect God's resources to his people. We need your help to get the word out. We're here to serve you, the people. So we need you, the people, to tell us what you need. Are you a philanthropist? Does your neighborhood need cleaning up? Did you lose your dog? What do you need? Let us know, because our mission is your mission accomplished.
World Tune Radio, where the world tunes in. The West Coast Premier Podcast Network.
Lift every voice and sing till earth and heaven ring with the harmonies of liberty. Let our rejoicing rise high as the listening skies. Let it resound loud as the rolling sea. Sing a song full of the faith that the dark past has taught us. Sing a of the hope that the present has brought us, facing the rising sun of a new day begun. Let us march on to victory is won. Amen.
Good evening, everyone. This is Ask Mama G from WorldTuneRadio.com. I'm Mama G because I have my PhD in parental household discipline. So whatever you have in your household, I probably loved it, raised it, taught it, spanked it, punished it, and definitely prayed over it. So with God, common sense, Proverbs, and those basic instructions before leaving Earth, we can probably turn that stranger, alien child into a wonderful, responsible child for society. How's everyone doing this evening? Well, this evening we're going to talk about sportsmanship because the past few days we've watched someone not be fair. And I know you have children in your household are asking me questions like, why isn't this person just accepting defeat? Well, he doesn't know the definition of being a sportsmanship. So we're going to have that on tonight. And then we're going to talk about Thanksgiving. Sportsmanship, conduct as such as fairness and graciousness in winning. That's what we have to talk about. We have to be gracious in winning, and we have to learn how to accept defeat. And some of us don't know how to do that. And when they see leaders in high places don't know how to act, how do we expect our children to follow suit? So we have to learn how to have fairness, graciousness in winning, and respect for other people that are in our way. So our leaders have to learn that when it's time to say, I lost, go home and just relax. You didn't win. And then, some kids in some leagues, they give them participation trophies, and that's okay too. But you have to let them know that God gave you your best to do it, and someone else did a little bit better. But if you did your best, hold your head up high. But if you still didn't do your best and you lost, you need to just say the other person won and move forward. And sometimes the leaders in high places don't want to do that. They want to fight for their right to be a winner. And that's not true. You shouldn't do that. You should never do that. Fight against the winner. You shouldn't do that. We need to teach our children the definitions of sportsmanship. It says has good conduct, respect for the other opponent, and a gracious winning. We have to do that. We have to teach our children to be gracious and be respectful to our opponent. We have to teach that. Because what's going on now in society, it's not right. It's not talking about winning. It's talking about, I want to be a winner. I don't believe the vote was right. That's not so. If there's a percentage of you winning, you need to just concede, write your letter to concede, and go home. That's what you need to do. And I love my producer. He finally put me on camera the right way I wanted to see myself. Thank you, sir. But anyway, I want to say that we have to talk about this special holiday, Thanksgiving. Thanksgiving is a wonderful holiday where we show gratefulness to what we have and what we do. That's very important, that we show our family that we're grateful that they're alive. We're grateful that we are healthy. Because last year I was sick. Grateful. Be appreciative of benefits received or expressing gratitude or saying thank you for your health or just sending a card and say thank you for your smile. You're grateful because someone thought about you today. That's what you should do. And so gratefulness is a wonderful thing to do. Have you ever written down what you thought about why you're grateful? Well, some fans have sent me some statements of being grateful. I know Miss Geraldine Thompson, she's grateful that the Lord has allowed her to see her 2 new great grandchildren. That's being grateful to see another generation be born. She has 2 little small great grandchildren now. So I know she's happy. I know she's very happy. And Brian Thompson, who's a wonderful lawyer up there in the LA system, he's just grateful that he's able to help those children in the court system through the foster system. He's grateful that he can help those who need help. Then there's Aunt Susie. Aunt Susie is just grateful she can still cook her favorite meal. She's grateful that the Lord has allowed her to stand up and still cook. I thought that was wonderful. See, people are just grateful for the simple things that they can do. It's not so much about money, having a big house, a nice car. It's the things that are just simple that people take for granted. Like I stated earlier, last time this year, I was in the hospital praying the Lord to let me see another day. I had a virus in my body that was shutting my body down. I couldn't eat. Every time I tried to breathe, it was hurting. Everything was hurting. And I had a virus in my body. So I get up every day and say, thank you, Lord, for allowing me to breathe another day. I thank him every day that I'm allowed to come to the show. I'm just grateful that I'm allowed to breathe and say, hello, world. Because sometimes you just have to say thank you for the simple things. Because, somebody somewhere could be worse off than us. So we have to just say, thank you, Lord, for allowing us to have another day that we can experience. And maybe in the day, we will do something that's pleasing to your sight. So, and then we had some other people that wrote to me about being grateful. Oh, we had Mr. Delton Livingston. He said he was grateful for his children, watching his children grow up. He has 2 generations of children. He has some grown children, and now he has some young children. He thinks he'll never stop making babies. I looked at him and I said, you too old to be having a 3-year-old. He's in his 60s, but he has a 3-year-old now. And I was like, okay, when are you going to stop? But he said, as long as the Lord allow him to make them, he's going to make them. So he's grateful that he's able to have his children, his adult children, and his younger children. And then there's Profi, Dr. Lewis. We call him Profi. I know he's grateful that he turned 80. He was on the board at the Charles Drew Medical Center in Los Angeles, and he made 80 a month ago. And I know he told me he was grateful that he made 80 and is able to see his grown daughters in their careers. And then there is my favorite person in the whole wide world, my children. My children, I went back and looked at some of the papers. I'm one of these, I guess you could call me pat racks. I'm not a hoarder, but I have boxes of old things that my children used to do. And my youngest one, Eddie, who I adopted 10 years ago, he wrote and said he's grateful that he had another chance to have a better life. See, so you have to teach your children the simple things that you don't want them to take for granted. You know, having material things is okay, but you need to tell your children, hey, be grateful that you're breathing, that you're walking, you're able to think, you're able to walk, you're able to have a job. So Eddie said he was glad that he was able to have a second chance at life. And then I remember when my daughter wrote, she was glad that she was able to get through her piano lessons when she was 10 and 9 years old. She took classical piano. So one year she wrote on her piece of paper, she was grateful that she got through all of her piano lessons because they were hard. And then Rory Jr. was grateful that his team won the championship one year. For basketball, they were the Lakers in the Tri-City Junior League for basketball, and they won the whole state championship. They went to Los Angeles, and we had gotten them new uniforms to wear, the golden sweatshirts with the Lakers printed on in the top. And they were champions from Tri-City area down here, and they went to LA and swooped everything. So I remember he was grateful for that. So you teach your children, and every year my children wrote something different of why they were grateful. And so as they get older, they will always thank God for their lives. I'm telling you, it worked. Every year, if they can't write, ask them what they're thankful for, and then write it on a piece of paper and save it. You'd be surprised. Now everybody is grown. And you know, Roy Jr., he's in heaven, so I really go back and look at his stuff. But it's interesting how you can teach your children what they're grateful for, and they'll remember, or they'll look back over their lives and say, yeah, I made it. So this year, and be safe this year. I know we want to travel and go see our aunts and uncles, our grandparents. Get Zoom. You know, the virus is rising. In California, we're back in the purple tier. So that means the gyms are closed. We can't go to church anymore unless they're going to have outside services. We can't go eat in the restaurants. So this year, and it was recommended that you just have Thanksgiving with your immediate family, not have those 25 to 30 people over. No, that not this year. In fact, this year, I'm going to have Sunday dinner at my mom's because Thursday, we know it's going to be a lot of people on the road. So we've decided to have our Thanksgiving this Sunday night, this Sunday evening. It's just the immediate family, my husband, my son, my daughter, and her 3 kids and her family. So we're just going to have Thanksgiving with our immediate family. And I recommend that to everybody. Just have those immediate family for Thanksgiving this year. Let's make that sacrifice because we don't want, I've been trying to tell you this all the time. When you die, you don't get back up and say, let's try it again tomorrow. You die and you go 6 feet under, or, you know, you go in the sea. Some people have their bodies go into the sea, but you won't come back. That's the point. You won't come back. So be safe this holiday. In the next segment, we're going to read a story for our children for Thanksgiving. I found a Thanksgiving book that I would love to read to our children who are learning about Thanksgiving. And it's important. It's important to talk about the Pilgrims and how the Native Indians of America taught the Pilgrims how to grow corn and have a harvest. So they had their first feast. And Abraham Lincoln recognized that as a holiday. But it didn't go into law until 1941. But we're going to read about that later. But let me read you some more about why people are grateful. Miss Barbara Swift is grateful that all three of her adult children are graduate from college. And the last one graduated from Oregon, and he got his own place. So she's grateful that she put 3 successful young people through college. She knows that they know God for themselves. They put God first in their lives. And they're successful 3 wonderful adults. Christine Martinez Thompson is grateful that her children had fun this year with their activities. One, her daughter Layla had her first communion. She's Catholic and she had her first communion. So she's grateful for that. She said it reminded her when she was a little girl of her first communion because they are Catholic faith. And so she was grateful that Layla had her first communion. And that's wonderful to celebrate those kind of moments. Then there's Latanya Dean. She's grateful that she is well. Her health had been in bad shape, but she's healthier now. So she's grateful to that. So we're just grateful. That's the main thing we have to do is be grateful for who we are and why God has allowed us to stay on this earth as long as he has. We have to. We have to show that God is first in our lives. He wants us to stay safe. He wants us to put everything first with him. We have to follow his path, not ours, but his. You give him your desires, and then he'll set you on a wonderful path of life. Sometimes you will have those storms, but if you trust him, he'll bring you through out of your storms. He will. He will. And so in 2021, we're going to have a wonderful new beginning. And hopefully, if we stay at home and follow the rules, the COVID virus and the vaccine will keep us alive and healthy. But we have to follow the rules. We have to. So Thursday, I think it's the 26th. I want people to think about that. Don't say, shoot, I need to go see my mother and father. And then on your way traveling, you could get the virus. I don't think so. Just pray that you'll be able to see them soon after everything's over with. But don't get this attitude, nobody can tell me not to stay at home. Don't put your life or your relatives in danger. Don't do that. Please find some kind of technical way to say hi to them on Thanksgiving. You need to. We in the community, we need to be safe and be sensible. Don't go out there and say, oh, I want to be with my mama. Oh, I want to be with my aunt and uncle. Please stay at home. Please sacrifice. I know it's been rough. Trust me, I know it's been rough. It's been rough for me because I like to get up and go and see people that are in nursing homes. I like to go visit people, talk to people for my show, but I couldn't do that. I had to do it on Zoom because I can't be out there a lot. And the Livingston clan that I go to on Thanksgiving, and that's over 50 people, we're not doing that this year. So I'm begging everybody in Mama G fan club family, please be careful. Stay at home if you can. with your immediate family. You know, those who you see, who you live with, that come over that you're close with. But if we have to travel, please can you wait? Because I'd love to see you and hear from you again. I really would. So remember, we want you to stay safe. We want you to stay happy. We want you to have a life abundantly. Let the Lord be in charge of your life. Don't let anybody else be in charge of your life. Let him be in charge of your life. Now, let's look at some more people who sent me some things. Oh, I have to tell you what my grandchildren, they were thankful for when they started writing their grateful list. They were grateful that they were able to go ride their bikes. Their papa had bought them new bikes, and they were grateful that they were able to come and visit us all the time and ride their bikes. So we have a lot of things that we're grateful for. And I need to see when is my first break. And guess what? I think it's time for my first break. I'll be back in a few minutes. Thank you. Bye.
Hi, this is Mama G. I have my PhD in parental household discipline. Whatever you have in your household, I probably raised it, taught it, loved it, spanked it, punished it, and definitely prayed over it.
The West Coast's premier podcast network. World Tune Radio, where the world tunes in. The West Coast's premier podcast network.
Hi.
Hi, how are you?
What is COVID?
COVID is a virus, one of the many germs that your body is constantly on the defense against.
Can I catch COVID?
It is very aggressive.
Really?
You can develop a temperature, you can lose sense of taste, lose your sense of smell.
Taste?
The virus is lethal enough to cause severe enough illness to cause your body to shut down.
What?
How do I stay safe?
We can stay safe by three simple methods. Number one, wear a mask. Number two, wash your hands very frequently. And the other one is keep your distance.
That's good.
We're all in this together, and we all have to do our part.
What's wrong with being compassionate?
Hi, I'm Ryan. Welcome to Missions Accomplished, where we connect God's resources to his people. We need your help to get the word out. We're here to serve you, the people. So we need you, the people, to tell us what you need. Are you a philanthropist? Does your neighborhood need cleaning up? Did you lose your dog? What do you need? Let us know, because our mission is your mission accomplished.
where the world tunes in. The West Coast.
Well, hi, I'm back. Well, I said I was going to read this book called Thanksgiving Day Thanks. And it's written by Laura Malone Elliott. And it's about this little bear who can't figure out what he's thankful for. Thanksgiving is coming, said Sam's teacher, Mrs. Wright. What special thing about the holiday would you like to give thanks for? Football, Nicole shouted. Sweet potatoes with marshmallows, Jeffrey yelled. Shopping, announced Tiffany. Sam wasn't sure what one special thing would be. Who knows the story about the very first Thanksgiving? Asked Miss Wright. Sam's best friend, Mary Ann, knew when the Pilgrims came to America, the Native Americans showed them how to plant corn, hunt for food. So the Pilgrims invited the Native Americans to a big feast to celebrate their friendship and their first harvest. That's right, said Miss Wright. How should we celebrate Thanksgiving in class? Can we have your best feast here? Jeffrey suggested. Can we dress up as pilgrims and Native Americans? Mary Ann said. Oh, gee, Tiffany clapped her hands. Costumes. Sam didn't have any ideas. He was stuck on figuring out what he was thankful for. Wisdom hands shot up. My grandmother makes turkey out of yarn for Thanksgiving. Eee, squealed Tiffany. You eat yarn turkey? Eee, squealed her friends. No, it's a decoration, Winston said. Before dinner, we would write what we're thankful for on a paper feather and stick it in the turkey. That's a great tradition, Miss Wright said. Everyone pick one thing you are really thankful for to write on a feather. And I don't mean candy. She added with a smile. Oh, thought Sam. The class came up with all sorts of Thanksgiving projects. Jeffrey organized a pumpkin pie making contest. Nicole made special placemats. She collected red and orange maple leaves and pressed them between 2 sheets of wax paper. That's a project you can do at home. While shopping for a pilgrim outfit, Tiffany learned about Thanksgiving food drive for the needy and donated a cans of soup. Winston built a miniature Mayflower, just like the Pilgrim ship, from popsicle sticks. Mary Ann made a headband out of white and purple head beads to look like a wampum of the Wampum tribe. She also practiced with a bow and arrow until each rubber arrow section head stuck to the target's bullseye. Meanwhile, Sam worried. Whee! Mary Ann tried to cheer him up. That's how Wampum said hello. Usually Sam liked to learn the big words Mary Ann used, but not this time. There was nothing good about it. I still haven't figured out my project, Sam sighed. or what I'm thankful for. Think about what you enjoy most on Thanksgiving Day, Marianne suggested. Sam thought and thought. He thought of the turkey, the pumpkin, the apple pie, and football. The day of the feast arrived. Tables were heaped with food and autumn decorations. Jeffrey had dressed up as Governor Bradford. Tiffany was Priscilla from the Longfellow's poem about pilgrims, and Marianne was the Swankinko. Where's your project? Marianne asked Sam. It's outside. It's a surprise. The class tied up and wrote their thanks on the paper turkey feathers. Jeffrey was thankful for turkey stuffing. Winston was thankful for the school janitor being so nice about his flooding the cafeteria when he was testing his Mayflower. Marianne was thankful for books, and it was almost Sam's turn. All of a sudden, a huge gust of wind rattled the classroom windows. A storm is coming. Oh no, Sam cried. My project. Sam dashed outside to a tree to unite his surprise, a bunch of enormous balloons. He fought his way back through the wind toward the classroom, sticking close to the school building. Everyone darted to the window just in time to see a big dog bobbing by. Then a cat popped up, a turkey, and a frog. It was just like the Thanksgiving Day parade on TV. Another blast of wind whipped the balloons. The frog popped. The turkey broke loose. The cat flew away. Oh dear, Miss Wright said. Marianne grabbed her bow and arrows and the yarn turkey. She raced outside. Tim was chasing the dog, the string just out of his reach. Mary tied the turkey on to her arrow. She took an aim. Zing! The arrow rubber cup stuck to the dog's nose. Marianne reeled it in. Yay! Cheered the students. But Sam was sad. I can't have a parade with only one balloon, he said. And still I don't know what to write on my feather. Marianne thought for a moment. Your parade was a great idea. Sam, is there something about the big Thanksgiving Day parade you're thankful for? Well, my whole family watches it together. We drink hot chocolate and tell stories. Grandpa talks about going to the New York City for the parade when he was little. We laugh a lot. Sam smiled. Now he knew what to put on his feather. I'm thankful for my time with my family. Well, now later on, Sam wrote another feather and tucked it into Marianne's headband. I'm thankful for my best friends. A note about Thanksgiving. Thinking of better life in the new world, the Pilgrims brave a stormy Atlantic Ocean in the tiny Mayflower. Its perimeter was just a little bigger than a tennis court. But once they landed in what now is called Massachusetts, the Pilgrims faced many hardships. They probably would not have survived without the help of the Wanking tribe, Sanquino, and the Pilgrim Native American who had learned English while captive in English explorers. Swankanto taught the Pilgrims to grow corn, beans, and squash, vegetables that the Native Americans call three sisters. He showed them how to tap maple trees for syrup, where to gather shellfish such as clams. He convinced them one time to be friends with the Pilgrims. In 1621, grateful they had food for winter, the governor William Bradford called a day for Thanksgiving. Such celebrations were harvest tradition in England. He invited them one time. The test was very different from today's. Although wild turkey was probably on the menu along with eel, swan meat, pumpkin pies, cranberry sauce, and sweet potatoes, and definitely were not. Instead, the Pilgrims might have enjoyed a squash, a stew of corn, lima beans, crushed cranberries, and dried deer meat in a melted fat. Isn't that something? Now, some facts about Thanksgiving. President Lincoln called for a national day of Thanksgiving in October 1863 during the Civil War, but Congress did not make it official a national holiday until 1941. Macy's Thanksgiving Day Parade started in 1924. Children's book illustrator Tony Scars created its first air balloon. Snoopy has been in the parade more than any balloon character. The tradition of playing football games on Thanksgiving started with college championship matches in the 1890s. The idea that Thanksgiving weekend should be the kickoff for the Christmas shopping season started by President Franklin D. Roosevelt to help shopkeepers during the Depression. One of the largest pumpkin pies ever made weighed 2,020 pounds and had 1,860 eggs and 300 pounds of sugar in it. Minnesota is the top turkey producing state, and a ripe cranberry can bounce. Did you know that? So now we know about Thanksgiving. We have some birthdays we want to say happy birthday to. And let me get those. And they are Tina Marie Clark Livingston, Rachel Brooks, Roy Oliver, who's a wonderful coach, Judith Cochran, and today is Mr. Ronald Mitchell's birthday. Happy birthday to these people. This week, I hope you had a wonderful birthday. I hope you thank God that you were able to have another birthday, because somebody didn't have a birthday. So be grateful that you had a birthday. And this is the book that we read from today. It's called Thanksgiving Day Thanks. And it was about a bear and his classmates. So if you can find this, read this to your grandchildren. So remember, the last Thursday of next month, be grateful of who you are and what you are. And my sponsors this show is Danny of Custom Embroidery in Vista, California. My hair is done by Douglas Unisex Salon at Felix Salons in Oceanside, California. Douglas, I love you. You make me look beautiful, and I thank you. Also, we have our hats on display with our t-shirt. Our pink hat and t-shirt together is $20. You write the check out to our foundation that we support, the Rory Graham Jr. Foundation. We have projects. We have one project where we teach young men how to dress for success at the Murray High School in Vista. And in Carlsbad, we help the African American students financial support to let them know that you're going to be a great leader at the Army Navy Academy in Carlsbad. So when you write and buy one of our products, write the check out to the Rory Graham Jr. Foundation, and our address is P.O. Box 4306, Oceanside, California, 92052. Write it to that address, and if you want the set, it's $20. If you just want the hat, that's $12.50, and the shirt is $12.50. So if you buy two, you're saving a little bit of money. And like I said, the proceeds goes to our foundation, the Rory Graham Jr. Foundation, where we help two segments of society of young men. So please donate. It's a wonderful cause because we're trying to teach young men. Young men are important. They were made first. And so God needs great African American, great young men, leaders in society. So donate. And we're going to have a Giving Tuesday. I think it's next week. Donate just $5 if that's all you have. Donate. And we'll make sure that somebody learns how to put a nice tie on and a white shirt to go to an interview, because you'll be surprised. These young men think that they're all going to be rappers. And they're not. But they need to learn that they can be productive in society. And that's what the Rory Graham Jr. Foundation does. We teach young men that they can volunteer, they can clean up the environment, they can go help an old person in a nursing home, volunteer for an hour, read the newspaper with them. They can do a lot of things and put it on their application for a job, and the employer will think that you have good leadership qualities. At Army Navy Academy, there are not many minority students that go there, and they need inspiration to keep going there, because that is a treacherous. I remember my son thought that school was less. Oh my God. But once he graduated, he got accepted to every college. You know how you get invitations to apply? No. When he graduated from Army Navy Academy in Carlsbad, they sent him congratulation letters telling him he had been accepted. So I want to tell those young men there, don't be discouraged. Yes, it's rough, but we're here to give you financial support. I give you maybe a certificate to go eat at McDonald's when you're off campus. Something to let you know that we want you to be the best. So please donate. And soon you'll be surprised. We'll let you know on the air that's what the boys have said. So please donate any way you can. If you like to buy a shirt or a hat, please do that. So, like I said, next week I'll be at my home. But today I was in the studio having a wonderful time. Thank you to my producers, Mr. Chris and Mr. Ryan. Thank you so much for being the best producers you guys can. And I'm trying to look at the camera as much as possible. So you guys have a wonderful week. See you soon, and God bless.
Hi, this is Mama G. I have my PhD in parental household discipline.
I can't hear that.
Whatever you have in your household,
Am I still
I
live?
raised it, taught it, loved it, spanked it, punished it, and definitely prayed over.
What? I don't hear
The
that.
West Coast
I'm not hearing my
Premier
phone.
Podcast Network.
Oh.
World Tune Radio, where the world tunes in.
Where was that harder?
The West Coast Premier Podcast Network.
Hi.
Hi, how are you?
What is COVID?
COVID is a virus, one of the many germs that your body is constantly on the defense against.
Can I catch COVID?
It is very aggressive.
Really?
You can develop a temperature, you can lose sense of taste, lose your sense of smell.
Taste?
The virus is lethal enough to cause severe enough illness to cause your body to shut down.
What?
How do I stay safe?
We can stay safe by three simple methods. Number one, wear a mask. Number two, wash your hands very frequently. And the other one is keep your distance.
That's good.
We're all in this together, and we all have to do our part.
What's wrong with being compassionate?
Hi, I'm Ryan. Welcome to Missions Accomplished, where we connect God's resources to his people. We need your help to get the word out. We're here to serve you, the people. So we need you, the people, to tell us what you need. Are you a philanthropist? Does your neighborhood need cleaning up? Did you lose your dog? What do you need? Let us know, because our mission is your mission accomplished.
World Tune Radio, where the world tunes in. The West Coast Premier Podcast Network.